start with a spoiler-free portion and then do a spoiler portion after that, but I will definitely let you know when I am making the switch. Well, Caraval is about Scarlet and her sister Tella getting sucked into this once-a-year performance that's actually a game where the audience kind of participates, and it's like this big scavenger hunt, and when you find Legend, who is like the head of Caraval, you get the prize, and this year the prize is a wish. It is super cool. It gave me Alice in Wonderland meets the Hunger Games type of vibe. A lot of people said it's like a YA night circus. I've never read the Night Circus, so I don't know, but that's just what I've heard. Definitely my favorite part was the world building, because part of the whole game is you don't know what's real and what's not, because nothing in the game is supposed to technically be real, but I mean, everything seems real, and Scarlet's trying to figure that out, and you're trying to figure that out, and so you just feel very much a part of the world. The pacing is also great. It never really slows down, but it's not too fast either. You learn stuff far enough apart that you can process it and try to fit it all together. The pacing was great, not too fast, not too slow, you know. The characters were great and deep and well written. They clearly had motivations and emotions and backstory just like real people, and you figure it out throughout the book. You just keep getting to know them all better. Sometimes I felt like I didn't know some of the supporting characters that we didn't see as much. I didn't feel like I understood them as much, but you're not really supposed to, because I guess Scarlet really doesn't either. So it's all part of that, and overall I loved all of the characters and how they were all implemented, and it was great. Overall, Caraval is an amazing, exciting read. It got me out of a really bad reading slump. I did not want to put it down once I started it. So I think it comes out January 31st, and I would highly recommend you go and pick it up, because you will not want to put it back down. Okay, I am going to do the spoiler section of this review now. I know most of you haven't read it yet, so come back. I believe the book comes out January 31st, so just check this portion out then. I know there are people out here who do have the ARC and have read it, so again, I'm going to do the spoiler section now. So back to world building, like I said before, it was my favorite part of the book. Like, the whole book, you're like, is this real, is it not? And you're right there in the world with Scarlet, and it was very, like I said, Alice in Wonderland-y. Like, you meet all like these weird people that are actors in the game, and it feels very much like the Mad Hatter, and then there's like the two twins from Alice in Wonderland. I don't know, but just like going through and meeting people like that definitely gave me that vibe. Overall, like I said, I loved the characters. Scarlet was definitely my favorite. I could see how it would be kind of easy to get annoyed with her sometimes, just based on her thought process, but because of the whole like what's real, what's fake, like I felt right there with her, so I never really got annoyed with her at all. Maybe I felt like I didn't know some of the supporting characters as well, especially Tella. When Scarlet got reunited with Tella, Tella was like, "Oh, Scar, always the warrior. I'm so glad you're finally here." For once, I was starting to fret. And I was like, oh, that's not something Tella would say. Like, that's someone that's Legend pretending to be Tella. And it wasn't. It was Tella, and I was just, I guess it's probably just because we hadn't seen her in so long. I kind of felt the same way with the Count, but we didn't, again, like, we don't know him. Scarlet doesn't know him, so that's definitely what feeds into that. But overall, I loved all of them. I loved especially Scarlet and Julian, and just watching their relationship develop. Again, like, is it real, is it not? And just finding that all out. It was so well written, and it wasn't like insta love, but it wasn't like too slow. So I definitely enjoyed that part, and their characters and their character development was great. If I had one complaint with this book, it would actually be not even the ending. Like, I liked the ending. I like how everything tied up super neat. But you know those books where you read them and you're like spending the whole book trying to puzzle it out, like I was with this one. And then there's one answer at the end and you're like, of course, that's genius. Like, why didn't I get that? Well, this one had like 10 different answers before you finally piece the whole thing together. So there was never that like light bulb moment of, oh my gosh, that's it, why didn't I know that? That being said, it was still a great ending, and it was like geniusly tied up, and I loved it. Also, I knew Tella and Scarlet's mom was going to come back into play. They spent the whole book like talking about how no one knew where she was, and I was like, somebody knows where she is. We're gonna eventually know where she is, just not this book, but it's coming. Okay, I do these little quote jars every year. Book memories challenges. I honestly don't remember where I got the idea, but I write down my favorite quote from each book I read this year and I put it in. My favorite quote from Caraval was, "Dreams that come true can be beautiful, but they can also turn into nightmares when people won't wake up." I don't know, I just thought that was really pretty and poetic, and I'm a sucker for pretty and poetic sentences, so it got added to the jar. Like I said, Caraval was amazing. It had an amazing world that like swept me in. It had great characters that you loved or loved to hate, and the pacing was amazing. It would not let me go. So I definitely recommend you pick it up when it comes out on January 31st. And leave me a comment if you're looking forward to Caraval, or if you've already read it, what you thought about it. And I hope you enjoyed the video, so thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye!